Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me today for this reasonably short practice, maybe 15 or 20 minutes of asana practice today. For those of you who've worked with me before, you know who I am, but just in case you haven't, I'm Leslie. I'm going to be guiding you through this practice today, which I'm aiming at your low back and hips. So today is about trying to create space in the hip girdle, trying to open the lower spine, stretch, and maybe relieve some pain, some aches, some stiffness, give you a little bit more comfort through that region of the body, and then just allow some good nutrient dense fluids to get through into the joints to actually help supple up through that area of the body. So there's nothing overly challenging in today's sequence, but obviously I will give some adaptations and modifications as we go through, just in case you're struggling. And this is your practice. So when you come to the mat to do yoga, we actually come to practice. So we're not doing yoga, we are practicing. There's always something to learn, something to take away from your time on the mat. So for today, I just want you to try and connect to your body. Try and be aware of what's going on. Feel the sensations and the any kind of tingles or any sensations at all really that go on in the body. I just want you to notice them. Don't judge them. Just notice them. Notice that they're there, and give yourself permission to have this time for yourself, for your body, for you, for your wellness. So when you're ready, just bring yourself to your mat and then bringing yourself into Dandasana. So we're going to start in staff pose. So we've got the legs out in front. Now what I want you to do is actually just give yourself a bit of a wiggle on your bottom here. And you may actually want to pull the fleshy, meaty part of your bottom out from under your sit bone so you can really connect into the earth, really ground your weight into the ground. And then when you're comfortable in that position, just engaging the feet, activate the feet, bring the toes towards your shins and lengthen through your spine. So feel your posture changing. Give yourself length and feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. And draw the shoulders back and down away from the ears. Once you've found your pose, just stay here. You can close your eyes through your practice today if you want to. Sometimes this can help you to really connect into what the body's doing or what the body's telling you. So just start to notice, just start to feel what's going on, feel the body, and then start to feel the breath. Just become one with it. As you inhale, feel the belly opening, and then exhale. Feel the navel retract back towards the spine. Deep breath in, and deep breath out. Just really connecting to self, connecting to the body and the breath, and just be aware. Before we go anywhere, we're just going to open up. We want to take the arms up towards the ceiling, pointing the fingers, engaging. Feel energy just blazing through the tips of your fingers, shooting out like lightning bolts towards the ceiling. Deep breath, length up through the spine, tuck the chin very slightly to just bring length to the neck, and then when you're ready, just gently fold forwards towards the feet. Now if you're like me today and you're feeling a little bit tight through your hamstrings, down the back of your knees, just give yourself permission to have a little bit of a bend there. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of bend in the knee. We're not all super flexible. Some days we wake up very, very tight. Some days we wake up a little less tight. But today, just allow your body to feel what it feels and be what it is. Inhale, draw yourself back up, fingertips towards the ceiling. Inhale and then exhale, fold forward, and just notice as you fold forward for the second time, If there's any different sensations, are you feeling things differently? Inhale, draw yourself back up. Exhale, fold yourself forwards. Now hold for the in-breath. Hold for the out-breath. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, bringing yourself up to fingers to the ceiling, palms together. And as you exhale, draw the hands down through heart center, just turning the gaze to the tips of your fingers. And just be here. Give yourself permission to just be, to just enjoy this time on the mat, to be comfortable in practice today. As you exhale, just relaxing the arms down by the sides. And then I'm just going to turn the face onto you so you can see what I'm doing. Turning the soles of the feet towards each other and bringing them together in front of you, and allow the knees to just flop to the side. Lengthen through the spine, and then take your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. So just hold yourself up nice and tall, shoulders back and down, tuck the chin slightly to give yourself length through the neck. And again, closing your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so. Just allow the body to be here. And we're going to stay here for maybe 4, 5, maybe even 6 rounds of breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Feel the length through the spine, the crown reaching to the top of the ceiling. The sit bones grounding down into the earth below you. And we'll go for 2 more rounds of breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Okay, and your next exhale, we're going to take one leg out to the side. Now you may want to readjust your hands or your grip on the feet, but as you exhale, just try and lengthen one leg out. We're trying to keep length through the torso, and as we've already said, if you're slightly tight through the hamstrings, don't worry about having a dead straight leg. Have a micro bend, have a generous bend, whatever feels right for you in your practice today. Just hold here, 3, 4 rounds of breath in through the nose, relax the shoulders, out through the nose. Bend if you need to. Don't feel pressure to be exactly perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Exhale, draw that leg in, come back, allow both knees to drop to the side. And if you want to, give yourself a little bit of a roll through the torso. Just allow blood to circulate around this area of the body. Whatever feels nice. If at any point between your poses you want to give yourself a little bit of organic movement, then do. Absolutely feel free. So taking your toe of the other foot, bringing the right leg out this time, we're going out. And now you may find that one side is easier than the other. We are typically a symmetrical structure, but very unsymmetrical in our muscle engagement, our muscle usage. So things will look different from one side to the other. Holding the spine nice and tall, length through the top of the head, crown of the head shining a big light up towards the ceiling. 2 more rounds of breath here. Good, lovely, 1 more round. And as you exhale, draw that foot in. And again, if you want to make those organic movements, you can feel free. Now we're going to be coming back through to Dandasana, so back through to staff pose. So I'll come side onto you. Again, activating the soles of the feet so the toes come towards the shin. And this time we're going to bend the right leg, bringing it up next to the left knee. And it's just resting into the floor, grounding down into the earth. We're going to inhale, bring the arms up in front, and then take the right arm around, bringing the left arm to the outside edge of the knee. Now we've got a few variations here. This is where you might feel happy. You may also feel happy with the hand on the floor behind you, or turning the left hand up so the palm is facing forwards. If you're happy here, you may also want to try and bring your hands to heart center and rotate yourself a little bit deeper, bringing the hands to prayer position in front of you. Whatever level you're at today, wherever you are today, just be in the body and just flow with your movements. Allow your body to guide you in what it's happy to do today, and try and maintain that grounding level through the sit bones into the earth, length through the spine. We're going for 2 more rounds of breath here. And as you exhale the next breath, gently unravel the arms, ease yourself back round in front, and then bring the right foot over the top of the left, bending the left leg round, bringing that foot down. So your knees are on top of each other. You may need to wiggle around to get into this position, that's fine. But we're going to hold cow face pose. So the knees are one on top of the other. The hips are both drawing in towards each other. And we can hold the feet here if you want to intensify it. Now, if you're feeling a little bit uncomfortable with this pose, we can take one leg out, just rest it on top. Or we can take both legs out and have the shins parallel with each other. Wherever you're at today. Allow length through the spine, shoulders away from the ears. And just allow that stretch to really open through the hip. Bringing the knees one on top of the other. In through the nose. Out through the nose, and just notice where you're holding. If you're feeling discomfort in your hip, if you're feeling the tension of that stretch in your hip, notice where in your body you're holding. Are you gritting your teeth? Are you grinding your teeth together and clenching your jaw? Are you frowning and screwing your face up? Are you pushing the tongue into the roof of the mouth, or maybe drawing the shoulders up towards the knee? Just become aware of what you're doing. Inhale, and as you exhale, release that hold. Keeping the legs where they are, just allow the rest of the body to relax into the pose. And try and draw breath down into the hips. So imagine as you inhale, the air travels down through the spine to the hip. And as it does, as you exhale, you feel that hip release and relax. We're going to hold here for 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale, feel the oxygen going to the hip. Exhale, feel the release. 1 more breath in. Fabulous. As you exhale, just gently unwind your legs, bringing them both out in front of you with bent knees. And here, if you want to shake the legs out a little bit, give them a bit of a wobble, that's fine. Enjoy the sensation. So inhaling, just making sure you're long and tall through the body, crown reaching towards the head and neck, tuck, chin tuck just a little bit, just to bring length to the spine. And when you're ready, inhale, drawing the arms out in front of the chest, and just slowly tilt your upper body back. Bring yourself to a nice, stable position. And you can stay here. This is fine. But maybe you want to bring one foot up off the floor. Maybe you want to bring both feet up off the floor. Driving yourself into boat pose. Now you can stay here. Maybe you want to straighten one leg. Hold length through the spine, shoulders are back and down. Remember to keep those shoulders relaxed. Maybe you want to straighten both legs. Maybe you want to come back to the floor and have a rest. Your practice. In your practice, do what feels good for you for today. Bring that boat pose up. Beautifully held for a few more breaths. Notice where you're holding. Exhale, bringing the feet down. And just bringing the soles of the feet together. Bringing the peace fingers back around the big toes. And just maybe flapping the knees out. Allowing that blood to circulate. When you're ready, just extend the legs back out into your Dandasana. This time bringing the left leg up next to the knee. Arms come up and then your right arm's coming behind you. And again, you can bring that hand down and the other hand up. If you're comfortable here, maybe bringing your hands to heart center and just sharing a prayer with yourself. Maybe setting an intention for the rest of your day. Lengthen through the spine, up through the crown. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Engage the foot of the straight leg, bringing the toes towards the shins. See where you're holding, just be aware. Remember, we're here to practice. Be kind to yourself and your body. We're holding for 2 more breaths. As you exhale the second breath, you're bringing that left foot up and over to the outside, bending through the right knee, drawing the feet round to the sides, bringing the knees together. So this time, the opposite knee is on top. We're drawing back the feet, coming back to that cow face pose. Relax the shoulders down. And again, as you're inhaling through the nose, just notice where you're holding. Exhale, relax. Drawing up through the crown of the head, relaxing the shoulders down, drawing the navel towards your spine, giving yourself a bit of support through your torso. Create space for your heart, just open up. We're going to go for 2 more rounds of breath here. And as you exhale, gently unwind the legs. Coming back to center with those legs bent. Inhale, bring the arms up in front. Exhale, tilt the body back. Maybe bringing one foot up off the floor, maybe the other. Maybe straightening the legs, maybe not. Keep length through the spine, draw the navel to the back of the body. Tuck the chin slightly to create nice length in the spine, in the neck and spine. Hold for 3 more rounds of breath. cross the ankles over, draw the feet back down to the earth, roll yourself over into your tabletop. So just setting yourself up here, hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips, feet are flexed down so the tops of your feet can rest on the floor. And here just finding some nice organic movements. So you may want to flex the spine from side to side, maybe go up and down in a cat-cow. Maybe you can go for some barrel rolls, or just moving forwards and backwards. What feels nice for your body today? Good. As you inhale, you're going to step the left leg forwards between the hands and turn the right lower leg towards the back edge of your mat, walking the hands round, placing the hand on your left thigh, straighten up that leg, and then draw yourself up and over through the right side of the body, lengthening through into gate pose, really reaching over with the upper hand, making sure that the knee is in line with the hip. Open, taking deep breaths, roll the shoulders back and away from the ears, maybe looking up towards your elbow, maybe the crease between your upper and lower arms, just gazing gently upwards. Gate pose is really lovely opening for the side of the body above the hip. Good. 2 more rounds of breath here. Now as we exhale the second breath, we're going to draw ourselves up nice and tall. Turn the right foot back to the edge of the mat, taking the hands down inside of the left foot, walking our back leg out and down, coming into our lizard. So our left knee is bent and next to the shoulder, so it's up here, here, and we have our hands down next to the foot. Now if you want to here, maybe you want to intensify this stretch a little bit deeper, you may want to come down onto your forearms and just hold that stretch there. Lengthen through the back body. Keep that nice grounding energy coming through the hands and the foot into the earth. And we're going to hold here for just 3 or 4 breaths. It's quite an intense deep stretch. Don't try and rush those breaths though, just enjoy that stretch. Maybe reduce it, come back up to your hands if it's a little bit too intense. Whatever's working for you today. We'll go 2 more rounds of breath. Lovely. As you exhale your next breath, you're going to gently walk the hands back up, slide that left leg back to tabletop, maybe go for a few more cat-cows, a few more barrel rolls, whatever feels lovely, whatever feels good. Then we're going to do the same on the other side, but before we do, we're going to tuck the toes under, drive the hips up and back, bringing the heels into the ground as much as we can. Now don't worry if your heels don't come down, you can walk the dog, pedaling the heels into the floor, pushing your weight down into the palms of the hands, really ground yourself down into the floor. When you exhale, you're just going to shift your weight forward, step forward with the right leg, turning the left leg to the back of your mat, walking round, hand onto your thigh, nice and tall, straighten the leg, over into your gate pose on the other side. Remembering to bring the hip over the knee, grounding through the foot of the straight leg, You can keep a slight bend in the knee if you need to. You don't want to be putting too much weight on this leg, so just have this hand resting. And as you're inhaling, just feel the breath expanding 360 degrees around the ribcage. We'll go for 2 or 3 more rounds of breath. And as you're exhaling, you're just going to float the arm up. Twist the leg back down and round. Take the hands inside the right leg. Grounding down into the palms, walking the other leg back, coming into that lizard. So grounding down through the planted foot, into the palms of the hands. Now again here, you may want to come down to your forearms. Whatever feels good for you today, just remember to respect your body, listen to it. Today I'm a little bit tight to be doing forearms on this side, so I'll just stay up on my hands and that's okay. We aren't the same every day. We wake up some days stiffer than others. And we're not symmetrical, so one side of the body might be quite happy in a pose, whereas the other side, not so much. So we're just going to hold lizard for a little while, just holding it for 3 or 4 more breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose, really driving down into the sole of this planted foot. When you're ready, we'll go 1 more breath. Exhale through the nose. And as you inhale, you're just going to take the weight back over the hips, sliding that long leg back to meet the other. Again, go for a few organic moves if you wish. And then rolling the toes under, drive the hips up and back. Pulling your body into this lovely downward dog. Again, maybe pedaling the heels into the floor. Try and grip the ground with your hands, spreading your fingertips, turning your elbows slightly forwards, drawing away from your ears at the shoulders and then opening through the chest, turning your gaze down towards your navel, allowing your head to hang. And start to think about your inside thighs and just start to roll your inside thighs around to the back of the room, just giving you space. Holding here for 1 more breath in, 1 more breath out, and then bending at the knees, gently lowering down, bringing the big toes together and walking the knees wide. Lower the hips back and down over the heels and just bring yourself into child's pose, nice and wide at the knees. Now if you can get your forehead to the ground, maybe you want to roll your forehead over the floor, massage out through the third eye, roll away any frowns or wrinkles that you may have, building up over the forehead. Just release and find stillness here. So it's entirely up to you. You are more than welcome to stay here in your child's pose for as long as you want, for as long as you need. But if you want to roll over, you may, bringing yourself gently over to your back, lowering yourself down nice and gently, and allowing yourself to just find comfort in corpse pose, Shavasana. Maybe bringing the shoulder blades underneath your back a little bit more, just giving yourself a nice little pillow to rest on. Turning the palms up towards the ceiling and allowing the feet to just splay to one side and relax. Closing your eyes. And breathe. Just give yourself permission to be here, to find stillness. And as you're breathing, just start to sink the body down into the ground. Feel the muscles relaxing. Feel the body just deepening into the earth. Finding comfort in your ability to be still, knowing that there is nothing else to do and nowhere else to be right now other than here in this short practice on your mat, being within. Just stay here in your breath, feeling that air fill through the lungs into the body. And as you let go of the breath, let go of everything. I will guide you out of the practice in a few moments' time. Now, if you've been gifted with the joy of time today after this practice, then know that you are more than welcome to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you like or as long as you need. If you're wanting to get on with the rest of your day, then just start to bring your sensation back by wiggling your toes and wiggling your fingers. Maybe turning your head to the left and turning to the right. Maybe bending your knees or taking your arms up overhead and giving yourself a big good morning stretch as though you've just woken up. In your own time, just rolling over onto one side and using your hands and arms to push yourself up to seated. Finding yourself in a cross-legged position. Inhale, bringing the arms up above the head, palms together. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, draw down. One more time. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, draw back down through heart center. Rub the hands together, creating some heat between your palms. When you're ready, place those palms over the eyes and just drink that warmth in, blinking into the back of your palm. Opening your eyes, bringing the hands back down to prayer center. Bringing them to the heart. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me in practice today. I hope that you have enjoyed this short practice. I hope that you feel maybe a little bit looser through the hips and the lower spine. I really appreciate you being here, so thank you so much. If you have any questions or you want to talk to me about any particular poses or breathing, then please do feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to spend some time talking with you. But I hope to see you on the mat again very soon. But until then, take care.